your name for the record?
James Thomas March.
Okay, anybody present today for LaWanda Hines?
Correct.
No, you're here for Mr. March, correct?
I am here.
Okay, is anybody here representing Ms. Hines? Okay, no one checked in for her. Okay, it's failed to appear. Did you want a default judgment or have you entered an agreement with her already?
No, I don't need a default judge. Is that when I want her to be evicted?
Correct, you would default her, and then after the statutory time frame, you can request the writ of eviction, okay?
That's what direction I'd like to go, man.
Oh, do you not complete the paperwork at all? Or I see it's completed
Yeah,
here.
I think.
Okay, so default judgment will enter against LaWanda Hines for failure to appear, rent to retain possession, $1,850. Is that correct?
Correct.
Other money due, it says $200. Is that court costs?
700.
Oh, that's a 7.
Yeah,
What is
kicked
that
the door
for?
in once. I had to have it replaced.
Okay, I'm trying to see in your complaint where you filed for money.
I don't think I did.
Money damages alleging that you did not. Okay,
I did prior.
that will not be granted. What was your court
Okay.
cost? Your filing fee was how much?
$35, $100. I don't remember.
Filing fee was $130, and then to serve was $29.54.
He paid $29.50 for service?
Yeah.
And
Filing is $130.
okay. $155 will be your additional money due under cost, okay?
Uh-huh.
A total of $2,005. The date's gonna be the 22nd. Get you a copy of this paperwork and you'll be all set.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
You'll just do it here. Yeah, I'll just.
You can have a seat. Okay, Mr. Woody. On the record, in the matter of Funk Zone Investors versus Caleb and Judy Zakora. This is in file number 23-03320, council appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Woody appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Anybody here for the Zakoras? They've not appeared. Okay, how do you want to proceed, counsel?
Your Honor, at this time, I'd like to request entry of a default judgment. A copy of the judgment should be in the file. Rent to retain is $1,426.32. Court costs $241.32 for a total possession judgment of $1,667.64. We also requested a money judgment in this case. The defendants have previously appeared. Prorated rent is $429.65. Court costs $241.32 for a total of $670.97. To the best of my knowledge, the defendants are neither competence or in the military service, and the premises have been kept for their use as a residential dwelling.
Your judgment by default will be entered as stated on the record. We'll get you a copy of your paperwork in just a moment.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Interesting. Is Teresa Roper here? You're Teresa Roper? Yeah. Okay, give me just one moment. You can have a seat there. I thought I see something for this. There you are. Let's take a look at that. Is that in anybody else's school?
He said he checked and he didn't see.
Is that in any other courtrooms?
There's not a single attorney in the courtroom.
Mr. Klug. Okay, on the record in the matter of South Washington Park versus Teresa Roper, file number 24-00209. You're Teresa Roper, correct? Okay, today was the date set for a hearing for non-payment of rent. I'm not sure if you paid your past due rent or not, but no one has appeared on behalf of South Washington Park.
Okay,
So the case is dismissed. You're all set.
all right, thank you.
Brittany Reese here. On the record in the matter of South Washington Park versus Brittany Reese, file number 24-00210. State your name for the record, ma'am.
Brittany Reese.
Okay, today was the date set for your hearing. I don't know if you paid the past due rent or not. However, no one has appeared on behalf of South Washington Park, so the matter will be dismissed, okay? You're free to go. Same to you. Okay, on the record in the matter of Waverly Lansing versus Jamal Ali, file number 23-06471. Appearance to counsel.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Tyrone Kleeman on behalf of plaintiff.
Okay, and we have an interpreter.
Yes.
State your name for the record and spell it for us.
Edward Eid, E-I-D, last name.
Thank you. Raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you will interpret in the matter before the court completely and accurately and not divulge confidential communications, so help you God?
I do.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Ali, today's the date set for a hearing,
Yes.
and you have entered a conditional dismissal.
Yeah,
Okay, so the case will be dismissed today,
yeah,
and you will pay, or you're agreeing to pay $2,162 for rent,
yeah,
plus $174.31 for court costs,
yeah.
and for a grand total of $2,336.31.
Yes.
And that you're going to pay that by April 22nd.
Yeah. I will pay, yeah, before that time.
Before then, you'll pay that? Okay, and you got your paperwork taken care of? Your recertification, you got that taken care of already?
No, I didn't went there. Actually, my cousin is sending me money today from California. I want to pass the money and go to the office and assign.
The recertification paper that they brought up last time?
I don't think he's gone in to do that recertification. He indicates to me that he has a new job. I told him to stop into the office and get that process going. Unfortunately, my contact today, I had two people I used for this property. Both of them are in the hospital today, unexpectedly, one for a pregnant wife and one for a kidney stone. And so I don't have anybody to answer your question directly. It sounds like he did just pick up a new job though. So in either event, that's got to get straightened away. I told him probably wait till tomorrow to go talk to them.
Okay.
Oh.
He's saying that he went there and talked to them and told them that he got a new job and they told him to bring the face stuff.
Okay, very good. So you understand that you have the right to have a trial in this matter? Okay, so in an eviction proceeding, which this is, you do have the right to demand a jury trial.
I want want to end it, Your Honor. I don't want any more time.
I know, I didn't ask you that much yet. I just asked you if you knew you had a right to such.
لك الحق.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's-
And so you obviously want to waive your trial, correct?
Yeah.
لك تلغي المحكمة.
You also have the right to be represented by an attorney in an eviction proceeding.
لك الحق إن يكون عندك محامي ما تبي حالة هذا ما لك الحق.
Yeah,
And you want to waive that right?
الحق هذا كمان.
no,
You don't want to waive that, your right to be represented by an attorney?
no,
You want an attorney to represent you?
yeah,
Okay. Did you want to hire an attorney?
no, I can't. Have it.
Okay, so but do you want an attorney? I'm trying to make sure you understand what I'm asking you.
Trial is free, right?
If you've already waived your trial, you say you don't want the trial, correct?
No, I don't want trial.
You want to do the dismissal?
Yeah,
Okay, and so I'm advising you that you also would be giving up your right to have an attorney represent you if you do this. Is that okay with you?
إذا كنت أوراق معهم سنين ولا محامي في موجود.
that's the meal.
I want it peaceful, Your Honor. No lawyer.
Okay, sounds good. So partial performance will not satisfy this agreement.
جزئيا ما بحكي في خلص. ممكن بحكي معهم بحكي معهم.
You have to pay $2,336.31 by April 22nd. Okay, if you don't, then they can request a writ of eviction against you without prior notice of the court for a hearing. You understand that? Do you have any questions? We'll get you a copy of this in just a moment.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. On the record, in the matter of Michigan Home Rehab versus Janine Purnell and Corey Purnell. Counsel, can I have your appearance?
Yes, Your Honor, Robert Okonicki, attorney for the plaintiff.
What's your name?
Janine Purnell.
And your name? Okay, today was the date set for a hearing. Mr. Okonicki, you were supposed to appear in person, so how
Well,
are we
you're-
proceeding?
We're dismissing this case because they have moved out. And so there may be some issues with money, and we're gonna handle that through the Security Deposit Act, but we're dismissing. I submitted a voluntary dismissal via my file.
Your case is dismissed. You're all set. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. Ma'am, are you waiting for a case to be called? Yes, ma'am. What's your name? Angelica Sherwood. Okay, let's see if Mr. Food shows up. I don't know what's going on. Just have to go to the clerk's office. Just arraignment. I'm not following what's happening here. This is not this file. What was that for? We'll see if, anybody shows up. Mr. Tolzman?
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Ms. Tolzman. Okay, how are you? Which matters are you here for?
I'm not sure. You just called Mr. Kluge's office. I'm here for him.
Okay, at South Washington Park versus Angelica Sherwood. And today's a hearing which are set for in-person proceedings, so.
Okay. Is it just that one case?
Well, there were some at 1:30. I've dismissed those already. There was a Teresa Roper and a Brittany Reese.
Is it possible to get this one that we're on currently reset?
Yep, if you have to file a motion to set aside the dismissal because the individuals were advised that the cases was dismissed because the plaintiff failed to appear. Your client has not appeared either, so.
I apologize, Your Honor.
Okay, I'm not sure what you want to do. Ms. Sherwood is present in the courtroom.
I do not have the file in front of me. I can track that down, but I don't want to waste the court's time unless we want to just reset it.
Did you want to reset your hearing to another date?
I mean, we can, I've been in and out the hospital over the past week anyways.
She's in here sick with the mask on. And so I don't know if you want to go get the file and see if you can resolve it today.
I have the file in front of me now, Your Honor.
We'll place her on Zoom and put you in a private meeting room.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay, on the record, in the matter of a South Washington Park versus Angelica Sherwood, file number 24-00211. Council appearance, please.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Alex Tolman appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Thank you. And you're Angelica Sherwood, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, today was the date set for hearing for non-payment of rent. Council, did you all come to a resolution?
We were unable to come to a resolution at this time, Your Honor.
I feel like I need a lawyer to go over some of this stuff with me. It's the timeline.
Okay, did you meet with legal services when you came for your pretrial?
No, I did not.
Why did you not meet with legal services?
I didn't even think about it, Your Honor. I'm so sorry.
Well, you didn't have to think about it. We offered it while you were here. I played a video that told you that they were gonna be here, asked you if you wanted to meet with them. So that means you would have declined your opportunity to meet with them. And so I don't have a choice but to reset this because they're not here in person to run a hearing. So you'll have an opportunity to either hire your own attorney, you can contact legal services on your own and try to do an intake. However, I can tell you it's not gonna be easy getting in touch with them outside of your pretrial, which is why they come to the pretrial, to provide you all an opportunity to meet with them and do the intake at that point, okay? If you want to stick around, there are some representatives from that office in the building and maybe they can assist you, but there's no guarantee because they're here on other cases, okay? Okay, we're gonna reset this matter.
May 22nd at 2.
May 22nd at 2. You have any questions? No. You can have a seat, we'll get you a copy of your notice to appear. And then Ms. Tolzman, we did reset the other two matters, same date and time.
And that's Ruiz and Roper, correct, Your Honor?
Ruiz and Roper, correct, and the attorney must appear in person.
Understood, Your Honor. I apologize for this afternoon.
Okay, thank you.
Have a nice day.
Same to you. Where's Mr. Kinsley? On the record in the matter of Joshua Simmons versus Donald Williams, file number 24-00268. Appearing for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Don Keskey, the plaintiff.
Alyssa Hull with Legal Services of South Central Michigan for defendant Donald Williams.
Okay, today with dates up for hearing for non-payment of rent. Did you come to a resolution?
We have, Your Honor, we have reached a conditional dismissal where Mr. Williams will relinquish possession on or before April 30th of 2024. He'll vacate the premises and return the keys on or before that date. It's been signed by Mr. Williams and both counsel.
Thank you. Okay, and so Mr. Williams, that's how you want to proceed?
Yes.
Okay, so you understand that you had the right in this matter to proceed to a jury trial?
Yes.
You want to waive your right to jury trial to have this matter dismissed upon the condition that you will vacate the property no later than April 30th and return the keys?
Correct.
Anybody threatening you to give up your right to a trial? Any promises being made to you if you give up your trial right?
Yeah.
I understand partial performance won't satisfy this. That means you need to vacate and remove all of your personal items, meaning you're leaving the property in broom swept condition and turning over the keys on or before April 30th. Otherwise, if you don't do all of those things, that the plaintiff does have the right to have judgment entered against you without giving you notice of a new hearing. You understand that? Okay, we're gonna get you a copy of the paperwork. Do you have any questions for the court? Okay, any additional matters for the record?
That's all.
Thank you, you're all set. On the record in the matter of Timothy Williams and Kelly Williams versus Christopher Brown, file number 24-00275 LT, counsel appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Don Keskey for the plaintiff.
So what's your name?
Christopher Brown.
Okay, Mr. Brown, today was the date that was set for hearing for non-payment of rent. Did you meet with Mr. Keskey? Did you meet, you didn't meet with him? He's the attorney. No?
He met with the.
I'm asking him, did you meet with him? Okay. Mr. Keski, what's going on?
We're requesting a short adjournment in this matter to work out a hopefully settlement.
Is that what you want, sir? You want to work out a settlement? What kind of settlement?
Hopefully it'd be a conditional dismissal.
We have Ms. Haynes come in here, please. Okay, let me give you a date. May 1st at 2:30. Do you have any questions for the court? We'll get you a copy of your notice to appear. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Oh, yeah. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set, sir. On the record in the matter of Steve Davis versus Kativia Haynes and Lauren Goff, file number 24-00277, counsel appearance. Counsel appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Don Keski for plaintiff.
And ma'am, can you state your name for the record?
Kativia Haynes.
Thank you. Where's Lauren Goff?
She's not here.
Today was the date set for a a hearing on non-payment of rent. Did you meet with Mr. Keski?
No, I never did.
Who did you meet with?
Nobody.
Okay,
We have not had a chance to meet with them because of the other meetings we had on the second screen.
well, I don't know if that's accurate because it's 3:16. And that gentleman that just left didn't even meet with you. He met with your client. And I saw you strolling here around 2:37. So, and then you were, I'm assuming, meeting with someone who was represented by counsel, which means you guys could have discussed this before today.
Well, it's my understanding that the agent, the owner, RPM, has oftentimes met with, talked with, emailed with before court to try to resolve matters before court. So it's Mr. Wilson's not in the court at the moment, but this is common practice.
I recognize that, but we're set for a hearing today. We've already had a pre-trial, we're set for a hearing today. You've not met with anyone. It sounds like he's meeting with anyone. It doesn't even appear that you even know what's going on with these cases.
No, that's not true. We met with all three of the cases on the schedule.
You didn't meet with the last person. He told me that on the record.
I was present.
That's not what he said on the record in open
What
court.
happened is that.
And you agreed. You said, no, he met, you said no, you didn't meet with him.
Kip was meeting with him. I put my head in the door, and then you were meeting with the other party at the same time.
Who's we?
Myself and the counsel hall for the previous party, one of the previous parties.
So you
And so then I did
don't
not-
talk over me, sir. You and Ms. Hall were meeting from 2:30 until 3:15?
We had two cases we were meeting on.
From 2:30 to 3:15?
2:30 till the time we came in court, yes. It
Oh.
was about 3:10 or so.
And you know you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases set within a short period of time. You're spending 45 minutes talking with an attorney when you all could have talked before court?
We were talking from the time I got here about 2:30, Dismissal, counsel hall, two of the cases, which was the Williams case and the Ward Seabeck case, so 3 to 3:10 range, and then we came in here. So, and at the same time, Kip was talking to the Tenant Brown, try to work out a settlement, and then ask for an adjournment, ask me to adjourn it on that one.
Okay, but Ms. Haynes, you ever met with anybody? This matter was scheduled for 30 minutes ago. I'm gonna reset this matter. You all can negotiate the next time. Mr. Keski's gonna get here early, not at 3:37.
Who? The 3:30?
Mr. No, he's gonna be here on time,
okay.
and we're not squeezing anything in, overloading my docket because of
22nd at 2.
May 22nd at 2 p.m.
That's what time I show?
That's gonna be your next court date, ma'am.
Okay,
Do you have any questions today?
no,
You can have a seat. We'll get you your notice to appear.
okay.
On the record in the matter of Blair's versus Jacqueline Ward and Jonathan Seebeck, file number 24-00286. Council appearance.
Our counsel is still outside here.
You have an attorney?
Yes,
Who is your attorney?
Ms. Hall.
Okay. Do we have an appearance for this one? I don't know why it's not showing up on the document.
Yeah, she was here for the first.
Council appearance, please.
I apologize, Your Honor. Alyssa Hull with Legal Services of South Central Michigan for defendants.
Okay, today was the date that was scheduled for a hearing for non-payment of rent. How are we proceeding?
The parties have reached a conditional dismissal in this matter, which I will, has been signed by plaintiff's counsel and myself. The conditions are that the defendant shall pay to the plaintiff on or before April 11th, 2024 at 3 p.m. $8,000 by certified funds. However, and that covers through the time period of April 30th of 2024, that is rent of $8,000. The writ of eviction shall not issue until April 22nd of 2024, and defendants withdraw their counterclaim.
Okay, I'm providing that paperwork. Okay, I do have here a consent order for conditional dismissal. It states that you all want to make the matter dismissed today upon the condition that you pay pass-through rent in the amount of $8,000, and that you'll pay that on or before April 30th, 2024, or vacate the property on or before that date, and that's for rent due and owing from now until April 30th, 2024. So this does not include your May rent, correct? Okay, it says payment shall be made by certified funds on or about April 11 at 3 p.m. Writ of eviction shall not issue until April 22nd, 2024, and defendants withdraw their counterclaim. That's complete and accurate as to how you want to proceed.
Yes,
You understand that you have the right to proceed to a jury trial in this matter. Do you want to waive your right to jury trial and dismiss your counterclaim? Anybody threatening you to do that? Is there any promises made to you to get you to waive your jury trial? I only see one signature on here.
I think I signed for the defendants, but they are willing to sign if needed.
Okay. I heard her responses. Did you understand your right to have a trial?
Yes,
You want to waive your right to trial?
yes.
Anybody threatening you?
No.
Okay, you both understand that partial performance won't satisfy this, so you're gonna pay the full amount by tomorrow, correct? Okay. You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you just waived, you can return to the court and request to have that agreement set aside, and we'll set a court hearing. Do you have any questions for the court? Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Counsel? Any additional matters for the record?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, we'll get you a copy of the paperwork. Is Kim Green here?
Yes.
On the record in the matter of Timothy Williams versus Kim Green, file number 24-00287, counsel appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Don Pesky for the plaintiff.
Sir, you can sit back there. We're not on the record for a hearing, and he's not calling the witnesses right now. Today was the date set for hearing. How are we proceeding?
I believe that the management and the tenant have agreed to consent judgment, Your Honor.
Okay, do you have that paperwork?
I know, I would have to ask my witness to present it to the court.
Or are you running a hearing? Or are you doing a
This is the
consent?
second hearing. This is part of the second
Okay,
hearing.
well, we're not calling witnesses and putting them on our oath, are we? We can do that if that's what you want to do, but I thought you were working on agreements. That was my concern. Are you not meeting with these individuals? Did you meet, ma'am, did you meet with him?
As I indicated before, we were meeting with a number of other cases that are scheduled all bunched together at the same court time. And we would have arrived here before 2:30, except for the fact is we were on a Zoom hearing with Judge Ward. And then we got into the car immediately to get here. So we have been meeting with several of the people on these other dockets. And so I personally have not met with the tenant, but the manager, Kip Wilson of RPM has worked out a negotiation.
I'll give you time off the record to talk with your client and find out how you're proceeding on this matter. Ma'am, what's your name? On the record in the matter, ma'am, you can have a seat. On the record in the matter of Cedar Place Apartments versus Shannon Chapin, found number 24-01187, counsel appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Visconti, P61756 for the plaintiff.
Okay, and Ms. Chapin is present in the courtroom without counsel. Today was the date set for hearing for non-payment of rent. How are we proceeding?
Your Honor, we had an opportunity to discuss the matter, and Ms. Chapin, first of all, I'm standing in for Stephanie Freeman and Carolyn Coe, and they're the attorneys record. We had an opportunity to discuss the matter, and Ms. Chapin has an application pending for assistance, which was just filed on April 9th. She did bring with her the rental assistance verification form. That has not been filed yet, but I anticipate that she's going to go do that. And given the application, probably be
Okay, you have a copy of that paperwork?
I was told I was supposed to give this to you, so I don't know.
Okay, and I know you have the application, but do you have a copy of the proof that?
No, I don't, that's what I was
something-
asking, what would be proof, because I did it over internet.
Right, did they give you did they email you anything?
Yeah,
That's proof.
So you want to look at it, like it's.
No, we would just need a printed copy. I don't know if you have a way to print that
I
copy.
don't, because it's just,
It's an email?
No, I logged into my account.
Oh, okay. Can you screenshot that and email it to yourself?
Probably, I don't know.
You don't know how to screenshot? Depending on what kind of phone you got, I may not know either.
I'm horrible with this. That's why it took me that many days to even get where I got. I was on all morning trying to get in the portal for this.
Okay, so you do have the proof up on your phone?
Yes.
She showed me.
She has an iPhone or an Android?
Android.
Okay, I think you can screenshot by hitting the two side buttons, or you can wave your hand up like this and it'll screenshot it.
It's loading.
So if you screenshot it, email it to yourself as an attachment, and I'm gonna give you an email address to send it to.
Okay.
Judge Simmons courtroom. At Lansing, mi.gov.
Judge Simmons courtroom at Lansing.
Lansing, mi.gov.
Okay. All right, so do that right now?
Yep, do that right now, because while you're here, we can get this taken care of. We're gonna stay the case once we get that taken care of and get your new date.
Thank you. Not saying something's wrong with their thing.
Give me a date, 30 days out in this at least.
May 22nd at 2:30.
May 22nd at 2:30. And we'll give you a copy of your notice for that date, okay? Do you have any questions at this time for the court? You can have a seat in the back while you work through that.
Thank you.
No problem. Any additional matters, Mr. Visconti?
Nothing on this one, Your Honor. Thank you. I have a matter with you at 3:30, but I also have matters with Judge Ward and Judge Buchanan at 3:30. I have counsel on one at 3:30. Would you mind if I call the hallway to see if my 3:30 with you is here and then make my way down the hall?
That's completely fine. I do have to be at MSU today, so I won't be able to wait very long
I will do
after 4 o'clock.
my level best, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Thank you.
Can't split the atom.
I get it.
Thank you.
And what's your name?
Lakeisha, did you call me already? I'm sorry, I was out there.
I did not call you yet. Is it e-file when there's no?
Yeah, it's e-file.
That's it.
Correct.
Okay, this is for non-payment of rent,
It's for.
non-payment, non-payment of rent?
But there's,
Okay.
there's reasons for that.
Okay, and I was gonna say, you believe that you have a lawful defense to why you withheld your rent?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and you have your evidence today?
I have some here for you.
Okay, when's the last time they paid rent? I'm asking him a question, not you.
They've never paid.
Okay, when did they move into the property?
They moved in the property November 1st.
November 1st? I'm talking to him. They moved in when?
They moved, well, we had an agreement that they would, because they didn't have any money.
I just want the answer to my question. They moved in when?
They moved in on, I have it on November the 1st.
November 1st? And how much was their rent supposed to be?
Okay, the rent was supposed to be $850 a month, but I wasn't gonna, can I add something?
Okay, they were supposed to pay that beginning November 1st or when?
Beginning of January 1st.
Beginning January 1st. So they moved in November 1st. There was no obligation for them to pay rent for November or December, correct?
Correct.
Okay, January 1st, okay.
And then I extended that out because they were doing improvements on the property.
Extended what out? The date that they needed to pay rent?
Yes.
When you say you extended it out, what does that mean?
That means that I gave them more time before they started to have to pay rent.
Okay, so,
I extended that out to February 1st.
and that's because they were making improvements to the property.
Correct.
Okay, so, your, position is that they've not paid February, March, and now April rent.
Correct. And it's all been written in the lease that I submitted.
You have a copy of your lease.
I do.
Okay. Any other? February, March, and April.
So I gave this to kind of explain.
You did present this letter. I'm not reading the letter. That's what you're here for. So if you want to testify as to your position,
Okay.
but he's going to get any paperwork from you. You must ask permission to approach the bench. You can go
I'm
back
sorry.
there.
Okay. Read all the court documents as well, whatever you wanted to. Okay. and this is Ken.
You all can have a seat while he's presenting his evidence.
That can be submitted.
Okay, I see this is a summons. We don't really need that. That should be part of the file. I don't know what he has there. This is a summons. That is a letter.
The water regulator.
Which one is your lease, sir? Okay, residential lease. We can give him that one back. I see here, you did cross out February, with 30 days notice when leaving or when needed to vacate. Let's see, tenant must pay landlord as rent for entire term, a total of $10,200. $850 each month, beginning February 1st, 2024, and the first for each month thereafter.
It's a month by month, it was a month by month agreement.
Okay, if it's a month-to-month agreement, why is there an entire term amount for $10,200?
I was probably confused.
Okay, any additional evidence, sir?
Nope.
Okay,
And that's the agreement of what they were to fix up while we were staying there.
okay, thank you. Okay, and who wants to go first?
I would like to go. first.
Okay.
I don't know.
What's
if
your,
you did.
your name again, sir?
My name is Michael Kelly.
Michael Kelly, what is your lawful reason as to why you don't believe you owed rent for February, March, and April?
Well, actually, it's, the reason being is the work that we performed for him. And the stuff that I had purchased for the home, this was before that was even signed, that Mark didn't follow up for. Now, when he found out, when the inspectors came in, and he found out that he's got to spend $10,000, $15,000 on a new roof, well, everything changed. I've got stuff that dates back before that lease.
What was your agreement?
It was till June.
But what was your agreement?
Our agreement,
You signed the lease.
our agreement.
Did you sign a lease?
I did sign the lease.
Okay, and you signed the lease that you would pay $850 beginning February 2024?
Yes, ma'am, but that was also with the understanding that Mark was going to pay for these materials that I put into his home.
Where was that understanding in writing?
I have the sales receipt right here for the
I
materials.
understand you have a receipt in your hand. Where was that
It was, ma'am, it was
agreement in writing?
it was on a handshake, ma'am. It was a verbal agreement between us. I mean, the house was totally, had to be re-gutted, the whole kitchen, everything. We had to redo all the plumbing. I mean, everything was redone in the house.
Is that your signature?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this was signed October 25th, 2023. This agreement,
October?
October 25th, 2023 is what this says. You signed
Yes.
it, the date says October 25th, is that accurate? October 25th, 2023.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, this says it's an addendum to the rental agreement. because of special circumstances, namely the needs of the renters to obtain housing by November 1st and the need for the landlord to make repairs on the property so it's livable, it is agreed that Michael and Becky Kelly shall make repairs to the property until it is suitable as a rental. This is not to make upgrades and structural changes to the house, but to make repairs on existing surfaces and structures so that they are fresh and functional. These include 1/2 roof repair, shingles provided, it says $900 for shingles, and nail gun. It says I gave Mike $900 cash on September 25th, 2023. I also let him borrow my air compressor. It says there's a note here, repair was never made. Kitchen sink provided, bathroom fixture, toilet and new valve for bathroom flooring provided. Drywall repairs in the kitchen and bathroom, drywall provided, 4 sheets. It says replace door in back room, door provided. Repair ceiling in bedroom, drywall provided. Paint walls throughout, paint the equipment provided, 2 gallons of Kills. It says install carpet throughout, carpet and glue provided, replace support beam on back porch, beam provided, repair lean-to structure in backyard, wood provided. It says Mike and Becky will pay the utilities, consumer and board of water and light while the property is being repaired. It is agreed that they may live in the house while they work on these repairs. In exchange for their labor, I will waive payment until January 1st, 2024. That's 2 months, November and December. It says or, but it probably means of 2023. Starting in January, the tenants will pay $850 rent in January and thereafter, as well as continue to pay for utilities. In addition, Michael, in lieu of a security deposit, must leave property in rentable condition when he leaves. Again, that's your signature there?
Yeah, it is, ma'am.
Okay, so what about this agreement do you think that I need to now add after you have signed this on October?
Okay, this happened before October.
Well, then it should have been in your agreement.
It should have. It
And
should
it
have.
was not, so I don't want to hear about it.
I didn't write that up.
You signed it.
I
You had every right
understand
to.
that. That's my fault. That's my mistake.
Yeah, and it's definitely your mistake, because when you negotiate a contract and you sign it, you have the right to put those terms in there, or else you don't sign it. So if you signed it and it's in pretty explicit detail about what was provided, what you were going to pay for, what you were not going to pay for, what he's gonna cut off, and you could have always said, no, you didn't provide, you didn't refund me for these, I got these receipts. So you can't come now after you signed an agreement in October.
Well, I understand.
And you're cutting me off. So judgment in favor of the plaintiff for $850 for 3 months rent. You have court costs?
Do I have to write it up? Or?
No, I'm asking you what your court costs were. How did you serve them?
I served them through a processor.
How much was the
$65. And then there was the fee to file.
$55 for filing. Wasn't servicing. He said it was. What was it? He said process server. Do you know the amount it costs for you to serve?
65.
60,
Yeah, and then he got the mailing, so that's $4 extra, so yeah, 65.
65. Possession to the plaintiff in the amount of $2,670 for the months again of February, March, and April of past due rent, plus that includes the court costs of $120. That's for service and the filing fee. You need to pay that or vacate by April 22nd. That's the writ date. If you want to negotiate a date beyond that, that's between the two of you, but that's the statutory time frame, 10-day period. Any additional matters for the record?
I know you're on.
No.
Thank you. You're all set. We'll get you a copy of this paperwork.
Thank you for your time today.
You're welcome. Mr. Whitty, you have which matter? On the record in the matter of LG Park LLC versus Lakeisha Jones. File number is 24-00393, council appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Norman Woody on behalf of the plaintiff.
You can give him this that too. Ma'am, state your name for the record.
Keisha Jones.
Okay, Ms. Jones, today was the date that was set for a hearing on non-payment of rent. Mr. Whitty, how are we proceeding?
The parties have entered into a conditional dismissal on this matter. The parties have agreed that there's currently rent to retain to the end of April in the amount of $272. We're waiving all late fees. We're also waiving court costs, so the total amount due is going to be $272. That's going to be paid by May 31st. We discussed that if that wasn't paid by that date, we'd be able to get an order of eviction without further hearing. Partial payment would stay issuance of a writ. We did discuss Ms. Jones' rights under MCR 4.201J, after which she signed the conditional dismissal, if I may approach.
Okay, that's how you want to proceed, Ms. Jones?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a conditional dismissal that you pay the past due rent again of $272. That's for rent due and owing through April 30th, and that you'll pay that on or before May 31st, 2024, or vacate before that date, correct? I understand that you have the right to be represented by an attorney. Okay, are you waiving your right to be represented by an attorney to have this conditional dismissal entered today?
Yeah.
You also have the right to demand a jury trial. Did you want to waive your right to trial so that you can have a conditional dismissal?
Yes.
Okay, anybody threatening you to waive your rights?
No.
Okay, you have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the rights that you have waived, you can return to the court, request to have this set aside. We'll set it for a hearing. Otherwise, you'll pay the $272 or vacate the property no later than May 31st, 2024. Partial performance will not satisfy this agreement. Do you understand that?
Yes.
If you don't fully perform in accordance to that agreement, the plaintiff can request judgment to enter against you without you being noticed for a new hearing. You understand that?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions? Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing for plaintiff, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. You're all set.
Appreciate it.
Same to you. Ma'am, did you have a question?
Yeah, I sent that email. I'm trying to make sure that everything.
I'll have someone check in just a moment. Okay, you're all set, ma'am.
Thank you. Just take it on civil.
You have your paperwork? No, did she give you her request to stay? Oh, I need to sign it.
Did she give you the order?
Thank you. It's a pending application. Yes. There's no decision. Okay, on the record in the matter, Timothy Williams versus Kim Green, file number 24-00287. Appearance for the record.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Don Kristen for the plan.
Okay, Ms. Green is without counsel, correct? Okay, today was the date set for a hearing for non-payment of rent. Counsel, how are we proceeding?
We agreed to a consent order for conditional dismissal. which indicates the amounts owed and a payment schedule over a period of time. Did you want me to read that or can I just
Yes.
show you that?
You can put the terms on the record.
Okay, the amount of rent is $9,808.99. Court costs of $165.69 for a total of $9,474.68. Defendant Green agrees to pay the full amount stated in paragraph 2D of the consent order, which I just stated, according to the following schedule. $1,200 this Friday, April 12, 2024, and $1,200 every Friday thereafter until payment in full. Payments and certified funds to RPM. Defendant also to pay monthly rent going forward on a timely basis of $1,095 per month.
You can approach with the paperwork. And ma'am, that's how you want to proceed with the conditional dismissal? Okay, so you have a couple of rights you have to give up first. You have the right to be represented by an attorney. You understand that right?
Yes.
You want to waive your right to be represented by an attorney? Yes. You have the right to demand a jury trial and to proceed to trial and present evidence as a defense as to why you believe you don't owe this rent. You want to waive your right to trial? Okay, anybody threatening you to waive those rights today?
No.
So you are agreeing to have the matter dismissed today upon the condition that you'll pay the past due rent, $9,308.99. Court costs $165.69 for a total $9,474.68. Again, you agree to pay the full amount in paragraph 2D, which again was the $9,474.68. According to the following schedule, you'll pay $1,200
A week.
It says Friday, April 12th, 2024, correct?
Yeah.
And $1,200 every Friday thereafter until paid in full, payment in certified funds to RPM, correct?
Yeah.
And you'll also pay your monthly rent going forward on a regular basis. That's a rent amount of $1,095 per month, correct?
Yes.
You understand that partial performance will not satisfy this agreement. So that means that even if you're paying your rent going forward on time, the full amount, if you don't pay the $1,200 by Friday, that means you can pay it on Saturday, a day late. They have the right to request a judgment against you without notifying you of a new court date. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay, you have 3 business days from today's date. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood your rights that you waived, which was your right to be represented by counsel and your right to trial, you can return to the court, request to have this set aside. We'll set it for a hearing. Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, we'll get you a copy of that paperwork. Any additional matters for the record?
Thank you.
Nothing else. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, on the record, do we have Gabrielle Parsons here?
I believe Counsel Paul for Tenant Parsons is here. We've discussed it with RPM and I can see if they're.
Yes, please. Do you have another matter you're ready on?
We have a conditional dismissal, Your Honor.
And that was on Klein.
Yes.
On the record in the matter of Briarcliff versus Jermaine Klein, file number 24-00488, counsel appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Robert Visconti, P61756 for the plaintiff.
It's state your name for the record. Okay, Mr. Klein, today was the date set for a hearing on a landlord tenant non-payment of rent eviction. There is a conditional dismissal. Can you place the terms on the record?
Your Honor, the parties have agreed that the defendant shall pay, the case will be conditionally dismissed upon defendant's promise to pay $2,690 in total by April 30th. That is for all accrued charges through the month of April. We have waived court costs in this case. We do have an order signed by both parties. Paragraph 4B is checked as it pertains to the automatic reinstatement if it's not paid timely.
Thank you. And that's accurate as to how you want to move forward, sir?
Yes.
Okay, so the case will be dismissed today upon the condition that you'll pay past due rent again in total $2,690. They're waiving the court cost, and you'll pay that or before April 30th, 2024, or you'll vacate by that date, correct?
Correct.
You understand, sir, that you did have the right to be represented by an attorney at this eviction hearing? Are you waiving your right to representation by an attorney?
Yeah.
Okay, you also have the right to demand a jury trial. Did you want to waive your right to trial so that you can have this conditional dismissal entered today? Anybody threatening you to waive these rights?
No.
Okay, and you understand partial performance will not satisfy this agreement. That means you can't pay a part of that amount on the April 30th, or you can't pay it after April 30th. You gotta comply completely according to this agreement. You understand that? If you don't, then they can reissue the case against you and a judgment will enter against you, automatically evicting you without you being noticed for a hearing. Do you understand that? Do you have any questions for the court? You have 3 business days from today's date. If once you walk out the building, you realize you did misunderstand your rights, you can return, request to have this agreement set aside, and we'll set the matter for a hearing, okay? We'll get you a copy of your paperwork. Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, Mr. Keski, were you all able to locate Parsons? Okay, I'm assuming Parsons is represented by legal services?
Yes.
Okay, on the record in the matter of Blair Bears versus Gabriel Parsons, file number is 24-00288. Counsel appearance.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Don Keski for the plaintiff.
Alyssa Hall with Legal Services for Defendant Parsons.
Okay, I have a concern. I'm going to make it very clear. They're represented by counsel, correct?
Yes.
You've been talking to counsel on this, or you've been talking to the client?
I've been talking to the client.
And you
Yes.
understand that that is outside of your professional responsibility, correct?
I understand. I've been directed by his counsel to do so.
He can't direct you to not talk to him when you're represented by counsel. That's why they have counsel representation. And we don't need people who are not licensed to be acting as if they're counsel when they come to court.
Understood, Your Honor.
And that's been my concern today. The clients should conduct themselves as clients when they come in for hearing and not co-counsel.
Well, Your Honor, as they were negotiating the terms, I did check him on 2 occasions, once in the council room, out in the hallway moments ago. I've reviewed the consent order, conditional dismissal, and have confirmed with my client, this is agreeable, it's agreeable to me, I think it's in order.
I recognize that, but you are representing them in this case?
Yes, I'm.
So it's not your duty to check in on another attorney talking with your client. It's your professional responsibility to be in there talking to the client directly, correct? Or is that a misunderstanding of the professional responsibility?
Yes, and I believe I've carried that out, but I have also want Your Honor that the client makes the ultimate decision as to.
I recognize that.
And lots of times the negotiations happen not only on the court date, but before by email, phone calls, or discussions. So sometimes in some cases, these are ongoing efforts.
I recognize their ongoing efforts and they can take place, the negotiation can take place in court, they can take place outside of court. But when someone is represented by counsel, attorneys speak to other attorneys. They no longer can speak to the client who's being represented. Same way you can't speak to her client because he's represented by counsel. Otherwise, it's a violation of the rules of professional conduct, correct? If you speak to her client,
and I haven't,
would that be a violation of your rules of professional conduct?
The protocol is that
I'm asking you a very direct question. Is that a yes or a no? If you speak to her client, are you violating professional conduct?
if the attorney's not given permission and is not present, yes.
Correct. And so have you spoken with him with his client without him being present?
I have spoken with his client without him present, but he did give permission.
But you're not present. And you stated the rule accurately, but you didn't follow it. You can't send your client in a room to negotiate with an attorney when you're the attorney on the matter. You can't do it. And I don't care if you do it in other courtrooms, you're not doing it in courtroom 4, okay?
Okay.
Place the terms on the record.
In terms of the consent order for conditional dismissal of this death. In paragraph 3, the defendant will move out and return the keys on or before May 24, 2024. And the counterclaim filed by defendant is withdrawn.
Is that complete and accurate, counsel?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Okay, can you approach with the agreement? Okay, and Mr. Parsons, you understand that you have the right to demand a trial in this matter.
Yes, ma'am.
You also have a counterclaim that you have pending. Are you willing to waive your right to a trial?
Yes, ma'am.
And you're also withdrawing your counterclaim?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you are agreeing that you will vacate the property and turn over the keys no later than May 24th. Is that accurate?
Yes, ma'am.
Anybody threatening you to waive your right to trial?
No, I don't.
Okay, any promises being made to you if you waive your trial?
No, I don't.
Okay. Partial performance won't satisfy this. That means you have to move out all of your things and turn over the keys by that date, not the day after, and not leaving any things behind, including trash. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
If you don't follow this agreement fully, they can enter judgment against you without noticing you for a next court date. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
We'll get you a copy of your paperwork. You have 3 business days to return to the court. If once you leave here, you realize you misunderstood the right that you waived, which is your right to trial, you can return to the court, request to have this set aside, and we'll set it for a hearing, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Any additional matters for the record, counsel?
Just one question, that is, will the court be automatically filing this on my file, or do you want us to follow up and file these conditional dismissals on my file?
I'm already doing
We've already done them.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you.